under party or anything. We are leaders that are entrusted by our people. Come and speak on their behalf.
The Situation Room on 98.3 Milan FM provides the platform where all of your demands are met. Issue-based conversations about politics, policies, leadership and governance in Nigeria and around the world. Join us every Mondays through Fridays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we engage and interact towards setting the agenda for proper accountability and public engagements. The Situation Room is here. We welcome the roommates.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist and a sport administrator. I want you to listen to Situation Room with Okoyemi Akiyode on mainland 98.3 FM from 4 to 5 p.m. weekdays. God bless Nigeria.
A very good evening to you. Welcome to the Situation Room live on Milan 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Well, whatever it is that my voice is planning, I would do this job. I would do it the very best way possible. This is the last edition of the show for the year 2023. And I want to first of all appreciate everyone that are taking time to be with us all through the year. It's been an amazing year. And, we've had a series of conversation around leadership, around politics, around governance, around everything that had affected our daily existence as a people. And believe me, I appreciate every single one of us that have joined us all through the year, from January down to the month of December 2023. We've not missed a single day of the show, and we've always come here to talk about the things that the government is bringing on board just to increase the quality of life and the people that voted them into office. And this program comes up on airwaves every Mondays to Fridays from 4 to 5:30 p.m. every single day of the week. And we're going to talk about policies of the government, politics. We talk about leadership. We talk about everything you need to know around politics in Nigeria and, of course, in diaspora. I remember at some point on this show, we had 2 straight Thursdays where we talked about the war going on in Russia, between Russia and Ukraine. Of course, until October, where the unfortunate one happened, began between Israel and the Gaza Strip of Palestine. It took us back memory lane 1938 when the state of Israel was created, broken into 3 parts. River Jordan, it was broken into the state of Israel, and it looks like that conversation started from there, and it's been one issue to the other. And the last time I checked, over 20,000 Palestinians have actually been killed since the Benjamin Netanyahu-led Israeli government decided to respond to the unprovoked attack that Gaza took out on Israel, killing over 1,000 Israelis. Well, that is for that one. And the war in Israel between Ukraine and Russia is also still going on. But hey, we have issues to solve in our own here, on our own soil. We have problems that we've dealt with. We have the ones we're still struggling to deal with. And we have the ones that we might have to sit back and look for long-term plans to work around this. When the entire world were coming together to celebrate Christmas, unfortunately, some communities on the plateau were visited by the spirit of death, the hunger and the bloodthirsty marauders that find joy and tremendous joy in the seeing people cry. So everyone in that morning was rejoicing, but the people of those 24 districts or communities are covering through local government of Bokos and Barikin Ladi in Plateau State, had to bury their dead in shallow graves, mass burials. Unfortunate, and day into day the numbers keep coming up, which is quite unfortunate. Well, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Inspector General of Police, actually on the plateau for now. He arrived just a couple of minutes ago, and then the Vice President also visited the NSA National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Ribadu had also visited. But then I've always said it, beyond all of these high power delegations, the VIPs visiting, what is the government doing? The governor of the state, His Excellency Governor Manasseh, he had come out to say that, you know what, this is beyond us, this is way beyond what we'd expect, and they've reached out to the federal government, and the federal government is also promising that they will bring to justice everyone that is involved in that unfortunate killing. Well, I've watched Governor Mufuan's interview at different times on national TV. The press statement that was released, signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Gyang Bere. I also had the Commissioner of Information and Communication, Honorable Musa Ashoms, join us live on the show on Tuesday from Jos. And then I just kept asking them, what is the government doing? This is not the first time. It's not the second time. In fact, in the last, between 1999, when we go back to this democracy and now, this is about the 11 deadly attacks that had gone on in that state. And every single, the persecution, reoccur. Police are beautiful or sleep with both eyes closed. The general police, and then unfortunately on the morning of Christmas, all hell was let loose, and then the killing just went on simultaneously, well planned, well coordinated, and it makes the government absolutely helpless. It makes the government absolutely bereaved of ideas of what to do next. And I hope that beyond all of the press releases that's been done by the Plateau State government, by the presidency, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, beyond all of the visits at the Inspector General of Police, the NSA, the former governors of the state. Excuse me, I saw a picture there before yesterday where the immediate past governor, the current senator representing Plateau North Senatorial Districts, Right Honorable Simon Bakola Long, and the former one-time governor of the state, Joshua Darie, and all of them were sitting and they were talking about how this progress can be achieved, the progress of protecting the lives and the property of the good people of Plateau State. It's quite unfortunate. It's one killing, one attack too many. You can call it whatever nomenclature you want to give it: land grabbing, cattle rustling, banditry, ethnic cleansing, whatever it is. The most important thing is that the people of every community must find safety in their communities. It comes because they've been, sent packing from their ancestral lands by, whatever name you want to give them. Then you understand that the government, from Zamfara to Kaduna down to the northeast, is just one problem or the other. But it looks like state government, Zamfara state government, the Kaduna state government, all of them would come together and see the need for them to collaborate, and not just think that the security of that region is left for one governor or one state alone. No, all of those states are into each other. From Kaduna, you enter into Zamfara. From Zamfara, you enter into Benue. From Benue, you're already into Plateau. From Plateau, you're already into Bauchi. And this constant killings continues. So perhaps the government of this state need to sit back and look at what they're doing wrong that is not helping them to protect their people, and look at it very well and find a way to protect their people, because that is your principal responsibility. You can talk of hope, you can talk of projections of greatness, you can think that things will get better. Individuals, if there's no security, if there's no safety, if there's no assurance that all of your investment will be safe. By the way, the multiple Grammy Award winner Wyclef Jean was supposed to be in Jos this weekend to have a foundation laying ceremony for the Jos Film Village that is supposed to be sponsored and financed by Wyclef himself. Unfortunately, that program had actually been cancelled because of the recent massacre in the state. So that is exactly what the state would face if this constant killings continues. The opportunities for investors to come in and take advantage of the beautiful weather, the amazing opportunities that exist in that state. When these marauders continue to kill the people and they are not arrested, they're not brought to justice, nothing would go on in that state. You're welcome to the show, the last edition for the week, for the month, for the year. It's been an amazing time. I don't know how come it's today that's supposed to be the last edition of the show for the year that my voice decided to shut down already. Perhaps the voice feels, you know what, you've used me for 52 weeks, for 365 days, I'm going to take myself away from you today. But no way, with or without the voice, somehow the show would go on. Well, if you followed how the show had been all through the week, we've looked at issues that have dominated the political space in the outgoing year, from the continuous voters registration down to the the campaigns, the manifestos, the movement around the 36 state and the FCT, the 774 local government. You just look at how much was spent in the last election, the one we had in February, the presidency and the National Assembly, the ones we have in March, the governorship and the state houses of assembly. We'll also have, 3 off-cycle elections in Imo, Kogi and Bayelsa in November, on the 11th of November. It's been a year of election. It's been a year of voting. It's been a year of franchise. It's been a year of putting up yourself for public service. Unfortunately, it's been a year where a lot of hopes and aspirations in terms of electoral laws and policies, free, fair and credible election, fairness in our electoral system seems not to live up to the expectations. The performance of INEC, the performance of the security agencies, some had given INEC a huge pass mark. Some have said, hey, this is the best election we've had in Nigeria since 1993. Some have also said, well, if INEC could be unbundled a little bit, and then the appointment of the resident electoral commissioners, as the RECs, can be reviewed and not make it have, political affiliations like we saw in Imo, where the REC actually requested that, a transfer should be made that she wants to leave the state. I mean, there are a lot of issues that dominated the political conversation in the outgoing year, but you need to talk to us. Which one caught your fancy? It's an amazing time. It's been a huge year. From January down to this place, we've had hundreds of thousands of calls, minutes of conversation, guests have joined us, politicians across board. When we opened Ballot 23 Studios, that was the special segment that covered all of the election we had in this country. We had presidential candidate join us. We had, leading political party chairman and spokesperson joined us. We had about 80% of the governorship, candidates of the major political parties in Lagos join us in this studio. From Labour Party to PDP to AC to Accord Party, all of them, joined us in this studio to discuss their plans for the state. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing year. We watched the election. We saw the continuous voters registration mobilization, the pickup for the PVCs. We saw a lot of things. The swearing of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the September 6th judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal that upheld this election, the ministerial nominees, the screening, the announcement, the portfolios, the performance evaluation, the Rivers State conversation, the Ondo State conversation. We've had a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, the good people of Ondo State lost their illustrious son. The good people of our local government lost a torchbearer, a man that had led from the front in terms of providing security for the Southwest region, being the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, the former national president of the Nigerian Bar Association. I'm talking about Rotimi Akeredolu, SAN. He succumbed to the strong battle of nature at the age of 67 after battling, prostate cancer for a couple of months. He's been out of office. He's not been able to, carry out his responsibility as a governor since June. Well, back and forth, he traveled, came back, handed over to his deputy, traveled again, came back, and since then nobody saw him. Well, within that period, there's been reports or allegations of the signature of Mr. Governor being forged, his handwriting being forged, money is moving around. About 7 billion of palliatives was reported to have been spent. So I was trying to make a couple of contacts. I didn't get what I wanted. Trust me, pick my bag. And voila, I was in Accra 2 days. Made a couple of, there's a new sheriff in town, the former deputy allies Rotimi Akeredolu, the late Rotimi Akeredolu for different states, Oyo State, Ekiti, Rotimi Akeredolu, just like every human being. We're not perfect. So you can look at it and say, hey, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. But we'll also look at which of the political stories that we've covered in the entire month, for the week, and ultimately for year 2023. The next time you get to hear me will be on Monday, the first day of January.
Okay, I want to when you say maybe the number of people they do with outweigh that of APC. Then I was just laughing in Greek and laughing. You know why? Even if they should bring Democrat and Republican together with Labour and PDP, believe you me, in as much what that glitch that occurred during that 25th February election occurred, there is nothing anybody can do to beat that number of APC. Because you know what? That glitch happened only on presidential. It didn't affect the House of Rep and other positions. I think that is all this unfolding in Rivers State. What I will say is that people should not, blame Fulbara for not being, bold enough to take some decisions. This thing requires somebody to be very cautious. Fulbara is still contending with his victory in a Supreme Court until he finally affirmed. Then he will now make some bold decisions, and that is why he's still, playing with caution, and that is why I'm just not blaming him totally. He's not being cowardized for doing what he's doing. He's just trying to play with caution, with caution. So like what happened in Plateau State, this thing has been reoccurring, and at the end of the day, nothing happened. These people that have been doing this, they are well known. Even there was a time that the number of people who had been sponsoring terrorists was sent to our former president. I never did anything. Up till now, nobody can tell anything about the number of those terrorist sponsors. Up till now, it's still happening. So these people, they are well known, but they don't know. So that we don't want to tackle this issue of feelings at all. And they keep shedding blood of Nigerians as if nothing happened. So let me draw it here. So that other people can come in.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you. You've been one of those people that have kept the conversation going for us all through the year, and I really appreciate you. 0913-600-0410. In case you're just tuning in, first off, apologies for the way I sound right now. Whatever happens, we must do the last edition of the show for the year. It's been an amazing year. A year that I brought up a couple of challenges politically, and then we've found out from the social construct conversation within edition for the year 2023. Hello, good evening. In advance, Olaiwola.
So, the genesis of the problem has never been solved. That is so the land to the former people. And their children grow up now and they are following the issue that your father have already sold this land to us. This is why I'm only saying this thing. If you go, that is the issue that is went to the terminus market. Go to the terminus market. That is what's bringing that market us today. It's not even the problem of 10 years ago, something of 20-something 30 years ago. So, if you even go to the Benue State, the same thing. Do you know that the whole Benue State is a government that are the individual of the Benue State practicing Muslim, and that local government and Goma local government. And if you go that in, that is where you will see that both indigenous and the other people that are there, they are practicing Muslim. But if you go to all those local government, all those Talakpo, all those Makodi, you will not see something like a Muslim practice. This land also been sold to the foreigners that are flying more than something 50 years ago. And those people don't want to leave it. And if you go to the southern Kaduna, where they call Kafancha, Do you know that the most strongest king in the Kafacha is an emirate, is an animal? The indigenous people do not have a right over the kingship of that land. And that the same thing happened in Kwara State. You are a Yoruba person. The leader of the Kwara State, the Lord himself, is for that land, isn't it? But because of the Islamic people come and they negotiate with him because of the war or crisis at that moment, they make the emirate stronger than the kingship of Yoruba people within that territory. Because those people are not exposing to like a Christian or Muslim and they live together. That is why you see that thing happen. How can we go to solve it? Because based on this, land use charge, the governor is supposed to have full control of the land. Hello, am I speaking?
I'm with you. Hello. Okay, I will apologize for that, and I would appreciate if you can still call back on the show 0913-600-0410. I think the network took yours, Mr. Laiwola. We still have enough time. We're stretching home from 4 to 5:30, and this is just about 4:30. So I would take that news by 5 o'clock, pay some bills, that would come back. It's just you joining us straight up. What political conversation actually led the table for us this year? Is it the election? Is it the swearing, the announcement of the removal of subsidy at the ministerial list, the issue around the PDP candidates going to court challenging the results, the PDP candidate also, raising a call to all of the political parties to come together and form a coalition to save Nigeria's democracy from the ruling APC? Or is it the several statements of the Labour Party candidates, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, the former governor of Anambra State? A lot of those statements came through, but then which of them are actually caught your attention all through the year? Or perhaps you have an opinion on either of them and how we can do things better as we move into the new year. Hello, good evening. Hello. Good to have you join us on the show.
Rotimi is my name.
I didn't get your name.
Rotimi.
Okay, Mr. Rotimi, please. Your volume is really high. I would appreciate if you can put it down.
How about this?
I can still hear myself.
Hello, is it better?
Okay, go on, Mr. Rotimi.
On the way the media has been analyzing the 2023 elections, what I want to talk about, particularly how we had a big in the PG Mayor's program analyzed yesterday. I'm a media man myself. Look, the issue is this: the hierarchy, the top hierarchy of
your radio
APC,
set is still very loud.
Are you with me?
Your radio set is still very loud. Please let me put it on. Okay. I would appreciate if you can call back 0913-600-0410 so that we can hear each other very well. When you call in, just put down the volume of your radio set and go straight to the point. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you very much for joining us. Compliment of the season.
Compliment of the season. Happy New Year in advance. I'm happy Easter in arrears.
I wish you the same.
My prayer is 2024. The government should change all their policy. Now, what caught my attention this year was about 5 of them won the election. The way the election is conducted, I will gauge it out of over 10 to 3 or 4 over 10.
That's pretty low.
Yeah, low, yes, because the umpire were not sincere. From the beginning, they are not sincere at all. So, to me, that then too, the number of subsidy, when there was no plan, there was nothing to put in place. They just came on board and said subsidy is gone. When there is no plan, when there is nothing to set aside, that is true. Then the other one is you never see the administration list about for something minister. So that is a template for failure. And yet you say the people should tighten their thought, but we have long list of ministers. I don't understand it. Then the other one that also caught my attention was the judicial judgment. Also caught my attention. Then the last one that caught my attention was yesterday or this Thursday, Zambia minister was caught on camera. He was caught and he came out to apologize and to resign his appointment. But today we have the APC chairman that was celebrated dead last. The president gave him praise and the rest. And this man was caught on camera allegedly. And yet today we are seeing their leaders. They are leaders to people that they want to be their leaders. And that is why the northern party is like this. So those are my points.
Thank you very much. A lot has been said. You obviously followed the show all through the year because you kind of touched a couple of the things that we've talked about all through this year. And we've really had decent conversation around policies. We've had people from the banking sector. We've had people from the education sector. We've had people from the university community. We've had religious leaders. We've had security experts. We've had politicians, party faithfuls. We've had members of the civil society organizations, pressmen, virtually everyone that's got an opinion about how to move this country forward, how to interpret some policies, and how to make, advices that could help us to get better as a people in terms of our policies. We've all had them join us on this show at one point or the other, and I want to appreciate everyone that are taking their time to listen to the program, to call in, to send in text, to correct us where we've gone wrong, to express their disappointment, or appreciate what we do on this space. We say thank you. 2024 we go again. We do it better. We'd also need your support, your constant support, contribution, and calls to make it a good year as we step into another year full of promises, expectations, and we hope that the reality on ground will help us start the year on a very good note. Hello, good evening. Hello. You're welcome. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Emmanuel from Ojo.
Emmanuel from where?
Ojo.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes,
Same to you, Mr. Emmanuel.
Yes. Okay, what caught my attention was the Supreme Court judgment. I think it was ᴜᴜ that says the Supreme Court have the right to accept or reject evidence. And the provided evidence was Supreme Court, the learned judges of the Supreme Court, they chose to crash the evidence and use technicality to put somebody who don't know whether he forged or he did not forge certificate. That was what caught my attention. Okay, in that judgment, I said that I am sorry for those people that are graduates. Honestly, I am sorry for the graduates. Because even you are me that is speaking grammar here every day. Somebody that you don't know whether he forged or he did not forge.
A responsibility to agility. Mine is just to entangled. I will bring call. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
You're welcome.
Compliment of the season.
I wish you the very good one and happy new year in advance.
Same to you. Okay, I'm Don Peters by name.
You're welcome, Don Peters.
Yes, I'm calling you from my office here in Lɪධᴇ.
Okay.
Okay. You interviewed one man. I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday from Jos in Plateau State.
Okay,
I listened to that interview.
That should be the Commissioner for Information and Communication.
Yes. You interviewed the man, and I listened to that interview with a keen interest. And I listened to the tone of the interview when the man was answering all your questions. Okay, that man sounds so helpless and sounds so emotionally down, and he knows not the next thing to do. I see a man who have the interest to serve his people, but the power that be is dragging him down to the extent that him and the governor know nothing else to do. Did you know that that man told you that they are not in command of the military? and they are not in command of the police. The man sounds so helpless. And that will lead me to what I want to say. Okay, throughout the year, even when I'm not in Lagos, I try as much as I can to listen to you online.
Thank you.
You have interviewed so many people on a very topical issues, but I have never heard you interview anybody from the cemetery, or somebody from the mortuary, or somebody in a graveyard. What am I trying to say? You can only interview the living, and it is the living that will call you. The government can only govern the living, and the government can only make policies for the living. Okay, you interviewed one man yesterday, and that man said something that caught my attention. I don't know if you get it. That man told you that the 37 states in Nigeria, because I'm counting Abuja right now as one of the states. He said he has lived in that all the states. Position to talk about Nigeria from almost all the first part from the government need and not secure life. Who are going to ride on that road to secure your people? Okay, people will start calling you now to tell you that something is happening in America, it's happening in London, it's happening in this state. But are the people losing life when we are losing innocently just for the pleasure of governance? Okay, what is stopping us from having a community policing? What is stopping us from having because I'm alive? That is why I can call you. If I'm dead today, I cannot call you.
True.
Every government all over the world take the light now not to stop an arising politics. That you should dance to their tune. If you talk about insecurity, they will attack you and say you shouldn't be talking about it. You should be hearing them. Why Nigerians are dying for no just cause. Tell me those people that lost their life in Plateau, what is their offense? Their offense is because they are loyal to the government who is not protecting them. It's unfortunate, okay? This is a new year that we are going into. I will tell Nigerians to change their mentality. You think that Lagos is safe, or where you are is safe. Nowhere is safe. It is better we put the government on their toes. All the government go with a lot of sophisticated security. What about you? You are claiming that they are better than you. All the government officials, let me tell you, they are from Nigerian family, just as you are. Their life as important as your own.
Thank you, Don Peters.
Hold them accountable.
Thank you.
That is what I'm doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Don Peters. Your consistency all through the year and actually helps the program to get better. And I appreciate you for always joining us. I appreciate you for always lending your thoughts to whatever conversation we choose to talk about. 091-3600-0410. In case you just tuned in and you're wondering what we're doing here, well, this is the Situation Room. You're live on Mila 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Apologies for the way I'm sounding right now. But like I told my producer, no matter what happens today, this show must go on. Even if the voice fades off, wherever it fades, we'll play music. I will call it today. It's been an amazing time all through the year. 52 straight weeks of healthy political conversations. We covered the elections. We covered the primaries last year, covered all of the campaigns this year. We brought in members of the Electoral College. We brought in members of the academia. We brought in members from the business community, the judiciary, even within the sport world. We had individuals that help us to understand how some of these things work. Yeah, you're wondering, how did we bring politics and sport? I remember when the appointment of the ministers started, I had the very famous Michelle Obi joined us on the show to talk about setting the agenda for the Minister of Sports. So we had to bring in sport into politics. And we wouldn't have done any of this if you had not shown us acceptance, if you've not joined us, raise the concerns, twist the conversation once in a while, then we have to bring it other back to line. But it's just been an amazing time with you. And so it's yours to talk today as we step into the new year with so much expectations. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
So let's to recover the money. Okay, what am I saying here? If they send somebody to court, they ask he or she Are you guilty or not? You say I'm not guilty. Any government has no right to put their hand for that man to remove that money where I put it in the bank. But if they defend the case and the money and the identify is guilty, you better recover our money to defend the country. That is why I'm telling Mr. President to do this for Nigeria. That is number one. Number two, the matter. The matter now is beyond the governor. I want Mr. President to call the NSC to Aso to tell him to tell the DSC if we are not in the same religion, if we are not in the same tribe, we are the same humanity. What to key? And when we look at Plato matter, it tells religious coloration, ethnic coloration. I don't know why. So the leader there is already failed. Since the Darija time where Obasanjo was in power, that government was taken away for some months. But then the matter still persists today. The solution now is for Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to make sure he work on this and who behind this calamity to be tamed, to be punished, for then other people to learn a lesson. Okay, I must stop here, and I want to congratulate all Nigerians, especially your MC, your CEO, and you particularly that make us happy every day and night. Have a beautiful evening in your studio. God bless you.
Prince Wise, I have to let you go, but I'm going to have to say what I have to say. In the last 1 year, or let me just put it within this 1 year, of course, you've been with us since the inception of this program almost 2 years ago. You've always had an opinion that gives a lot of people things to, reason and think about. Prince Wise, thank you for your consistency, for always being here, for sometimes calling up with 3 different numbers. Even when you've picked your call, we're talking to you, you're still mistakenly or forgetfully dialing on your other phone. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for always joining the conversation. 0913-600-0410. As your calls are dropping in, you would also get a simple thank you message from us. Believe me, it's been an amazing time, a beautiful experience walking this journey with you. Thank you.
Hello.
Please put the volume on your radio set, or you turn it off completely.
Hello.
Where you are is a bit noisy.
Yeah, it's not noisy now.
Okay, I think it's better now. Your name, where are you calling from? Okay, Mr.
Yeah, yes. I have to give it to that man at 500. In the mail at the top to and work with Mr. Peter Obi. This one 450. I followed it. I don't think we will class a lesson that if you didn't get. So now they just cite the people that I'm in the election to. So
thank you.
That's all I have to.
Yes, I remember the part I sent.
I believe that never condemned people. And all the governors, they refuse to sign the execution order. Is it good? Because if you don't do all these things, people will continue to kill. Because I think that the one you kill, they try to take and kill your family. Because you see it. How can we be taking somebody like the sentence to them 3,400 in our state? It is not good. And then concerning our president, I know the man is a Democrat. I know how he felt during the coalition, and he has promised that they are going to restructure Nigeria. People should not bother themselves. He's going to restructure this country, and I can hear the state president and their group. They say they are going to tinker the constitution, which means the center is going to be weak along the line. If you restructure this country, what you have are used in Nigeria, what you have to use, then you contribute to the center. The military will join us together, the custom will join us, our currency will join us, but you contribute to the center. Once you can do that, you can see that the problem will be over. Because the issue of somebody, a usual who does not have anything to just buy it and nobody will talk. That will not happen again. I think we need to be patient. People say we should not pray again. We have to pray. The America we talk about, I've been there. They pray every morning, God bless America, God bless America. We should not condemn all the time, condemn. We need to take it easy. Restructuring, we should continue if necessary, we can protest. I will even go out and protest. If this man is need to restructure this country, because that is the number one thing we have is now, are you a Democrat? You need to represent this country. Imagine what Lɪධᴇ is saying alone. We are blessed. Northern people, they are not lazy. They are hardworking people. This one is the same. The Southern is the same. We don't have problems in this country. But we joining together, that some people feel they do belong to this country. They don't do whatever they like to destroy what we call Nigeria. But I don't realize everybody is benefiting from what we have around. I think it will be okay. Please, God bless Nigeria. God bless our president.
Thank you very much, and God bless you too. Thank you. Yes, I think he joined us like 3-4 months ago, and I remember the first contribution he had on the show. It was a lot of bass goals. Well, thank you for being a member of the Situation Room, a roommate with energy, with life, and of course with positive contribution. Thank you for being a huge part of our success story in 2023. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello.
You are blessed.
Oh yeah, welcome.
How are you?
I'm very well, Pastor Ambrose.
This is the last program for the year 2023.
Exactly.
Yes, you have been very wonderful. Mainland FM has been very wonderful.
Thank you.
As for me, I will bother because when you go and plant corn inside thorns or grasses, and you expect that you have a good harvest, it's not going to be possible. There is no good Nigerian talking that does not mean well for this country. You cannot tell me that the president means well when I see him living lasciviously. There is no any sign of management. There is no any sign of fighting corruption. There is no any sign of trying to, build our hospitals and all of that. And the naira is precipitating every day. And you are telling me that I should have patience. And the people that that are governing us, they are using our naira to buy dollar every day. So how can you be telling me to be patient? I am a Nigerian. I want to see a good Nigerian, and as long as I see a good thing, I will appreciate it. I always say this thing, and I'm serious. Election has gone. Tell the president the truth so that he can sit up. You can't tell the president that you cannot be giving an excuse for somebody you don't know the person's mind. Jeremiah 17, I say the heart is deceitful above all things are desperately wicked. Who can know it? How do you know the mind of Mr. President? For 8 years, they kept on telling us that Buhari will perform. The first 4 years, because he's looking for second term, he is going to, that's why he's taking it softly. Then the second term became worse. Fashola entered in Lagos the very first 4 years. He stepped on toes. He brought Lagos to a state of excellence. He developed Lagos, and he did not care whose heart is God. And when they wanted to deny him second term, Lagosians, House of Assembly, the political party said, Fashola must go for second term. If you want to perform, you perform. Nigerians will vote for you. See, as far as I'm concerned, in this country today, I want Mr. President to succeed. Those who are telling us to be patient, they are the ones that don't want that man to succeed. At the moment he starts doing the right thing, I will give the call to praise him. I'm telling you the truth. Buhari disappointed me. I made enemies because of Buhari, because I was so much confident that he was going to perform. So, Mr. President, you need to fight corruption. If you don't fight corruption, this country won't move forward. And you have been kidding with corruption, Mr. President. That's why you see killing in just everywhere. You know all these people. Fish them out. Bring them out. So that at the end of the day, they will not do it again. Then go and tinker with our constitution. The Nigerian constitution is not well. Because if the governor of the state is in charge, they will not allow all of this thing.
Pastor Ambrose,
I
would actually have to, cut you from
I
this
understand.
point. And thank you very much. Also, special shout out to you, Pastor Ambrose, for always joining us on the show every single day, in the morning, in the evening. You're always being a friend of the house. We appreciate your commitment to helping us get better in the year 2023. We need to take a very quick break from the show. We take the headline news, pay some bills, and on the turn of 5 o'clock, the program returns. You're live on Mainland 98.3 FM. This is the Situation Room, the last edition of the show for the year, and then it's been an amazing time. On Fridays, we don't usually have guests, we don't have topics. We just allow you to have your thoughts, express your minds, and talk to us about it. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM.
Good evening. Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM. My name is Omobola Sandra. Ondo State Governor Aiyedatiwa visits predecessor Akeredolu's family in Ibadan. Says his legacy won't be forgotten. Federal government lists more motor parks for 50% rebate on transport fare. Inspector General of Police Egbetokun arrives Jos over plateau attacks. On the foreign scene, 18 killed after massive Russian strikes hit cities across Ukraine. In sports, Manchester United star opts out of national team ahead of tournament in AFCON 2023. That's the headline news on Mainland FM. Details at 5:30.
Mainland 98.3 FM, your number one radio. Reaching the stars, the sound of Lagos.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
John, what's up? Check your phone. I just send you Momo referral.
My mama don't run that one for me since now. Me say for the find who I go refer, make a quick hammer my million.
Hey! You too fit be one of the 6 millionaires for the Momo Refer and Win promo. To win, dial *671# to sharply open your Momo account and select option 6 to refer your family and friends them. After that, make sure see them open Momo account and use them recharge time or data at least 100 naira. Chicken. Now, the more people where you refer, the more you go win. If you don't see out of 6 million naira every week, you fit to chop out of 160 million naira. Momo Refer and Win promo. The more you refer, the more you win. This promo could run from November 2010 to 31st December 2023. Terms and conditions they shall.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into Eko City Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Arts, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at Eko City Polytechnic include roads, well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus Èkó City Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onile 091996, Adelanwa 081.edu.ed.
Or and elevate your
Find who I go refer, make a
That's our 671 list 100 naira chicken. Now the one win promo.
And for the ones that are good, edition for the year 2020. Hello, good evening. Okay, it's 104. Okay.
It's a project from where the former enterprise.
They would always tell you, the soldier goes, soldier comes, the bar could remain. The deputy governor has been sworn in as the governor. He was in acting capacity for about 7 days till the unfortunate announcement was made on the 20th as the governor, and a lot of things it borders each other. The issue in Edo State, the deputy governor, Comrade when Lucky Ayedatiwa was the deputy to complete the term of Lucky Ayedatiwa. It's not 48 hours that you were sworn in, and I always tell people, governance does not wait for anyone. You cannot leave a space in vacuum. If somebody dies, the constitution is well spelled out on that. The provision is very clear. This person would have to be sworn in immediately, and governance would continue. Hello, good evening.
This is Olaiba.
You're welcome, Mr. Lai.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when I'm trying to give that background, can we say, let we go back to the land use charge? Since 1999, there is one of the acts that you give a governor that a act on the state. And any example of one of it is the time when Takonde was the governor of Lagos State. Any land that is become have an issue or dispute, you always convert it to developmental, or it may be converted to real estate or school or something like that. Where all these states from southern Kaduna down to Plateau, down to part of Benue State, where they call Agatu and Boma local government, all these things, and this land that have been having this issue more than 20-something years ago, why government did not convert it to, in terms of an institutional creating or developmental factor that it can bring the other thing to that area? So this is the issue here. If you want to solve this problem, you have to deny the both parties, both the indigenous and the foreigner that are acquired this thing from their forefathers. This is the way to do it. And if the government wants to build in another in terms of infrastructure to bring in a new phase of a new development, why can't we take it to this ungovernable area and creating one institution there? So we pull them out of that system. This is what I'm more advocate for. I have been to that because most of my life from Plateau down to Benue State, and I've been to part of the Kafanchan. This is the issue, and the reason why the Kwara State has a freeway here, because the Yoruba people there are many, and the Yoruba people, and most of the land there, they are not bush. But if it actually be like all those Benue, all this that you are talking about will be in crisis, and that is changing that is happening in Oyo State here. If you go to Oyo State, all those people are down to Shaki. If you go there now, you see some planning there. They are more than 20-something years. And it's the forefather of those people that are sold that land to them. And they become the indigenous that they also speak Yoruba. That is the issue here.
Thank you,
Mr. Comment embracing in that way to converting those land that have an issue to the developmental aspect.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Laiwola. Also, you've been very consistent with us all through the year. And thank you. The governor of Plateau State, His Excellency Caleb Mufwang, talked about the fact that if this is related to land grabbing, that if you want a piece of land from anyone, you'd have to approach the owners, constitutionally. That's the word he used. That there are constitutional provisions for this. If you're buying this land, you approach them to buy. If you want to lease it, you want to rent it, you want to take it on whatever form, just to rear your cattle, you have to approach the owners of this land. You cannot forcefully come in to send people packing out of their ancestral land. You burn their houses, you slaughter them, disrespectfully. And I'm wondering, I'm all through the day before yesterday till this morning. I've been seeing a lot of coloration to the unfortunate killing, a massacre that happened in Jos. A lot of people are bringing religious sentiment into it. And I've always told people, irrespective of when you die, irrespective of when you get killed, the issue of, it's a Christmas day, is an attack on so and so religion should not even arise in the first place. It's a so and so dominated community. The human life is of huge sacrosanct. It's the most important thing, irrespective of where you come from. The key thing is Nigerians were killed on the plateau. I don't care whether you're a Christian or you're Muslim or whatever religion you practice or whatever political affiliation you share. The unfortunate thing is that people were killed on the plateau, and the government needs to be responsible. The government needs to be intentional with fixing some of these challenges so that we don't come back here in the next few months and say, hey, so and so month, so and so things happen. Almost 200 people were killed in a coordinated, well-planned and executed attempt. I mean, it's really disturbing. It's really disturbing. So when people bring in political affiliation, it's the PDP that is in power in the state, they can face what? No, it has nothing to do with your party affiliation. It is so insensitive of you to attach any sentiment whatsoever to that unfortunate killing and massacre that happened in Jos. Human beings were killed, children were slaughtered, pregnant women, aged people. Nobody could decipher who did all of these things, and 48 hours down the line, not a single arrest has been made. The Inspector General of Police is there in Jos, meeting with the stakeholders, and let's be hopeful that some of these issues would be resolved permanently, not temporary as solution to this problem, permanent solutions, so that it doesn't become an issue of, let's raise an high power delegation, let's open the book. What book are you opening in the first place? Is this book not full yet? When thousands of people have been killed across board and nobody is doing anything about it. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the commitment you gave to Nigerians was to protect their lives and properties across 36 states and the FCT, irrespective of their political affiliation, irrespective of their religious sentiment, irrespective of their tribal, whatever it was. Please, I just hope that Nigerians can feel safe again. I hope people can travel to wherever. I know a lot of people that didn't travel to their villages this year because of the major reason is because of the security challenges. You don't know what you are going to meet. You can go to your village safely. On your way back, you get kidnapped. People get robbed on the highways. The security situation is really pathetic and terrible. It's a bad time. But again, it's a good time because it's the last edition of the show for the year. I would have to be excited for the little wins and the gains that we had in 2023. Talk to us about those instances that defined the year for you politically. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Mr. Good evening. Compliment of the season.
Same to you. The volume on your radio set is really loud. You can help us tune it down.
Am I able to hear from you?
I can still hear the echo at the background.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I think it's better now. Go on.
Okay, so my name is John from Adegi.
Okay, you're welcome.
Mr. That job that you're doing, the issue of insecurity in Nigeria is just the first thing that happen in Plateau State. Because what we are talking about there is Nigeria that died. It's not, even though it's outside constitution, it's not a good thing for you to hear that their fellow colleagues die. They are all human beings. Whether they are Babalawo, Mamalawo, or big Christian or Muslim. Like you said, it's not the time to use a series about Christian, but Mr. The big three is what is happening in this country about insecurity. The government knows that. So when it came to election period, they give them bomb, they give all sorts of things for them to come into power. And after they came into power, they could not be able to collect all this weapon and what is happening. Understand the government, they know those people that are carrying this wicked act in this country. They are not pretending they don't know what is happening. They know. So what the actual opinion is innocent people, innocent Nigerians that are struggling for them.
Hello. Okay. I would appreciate if you can still call back. Okay. I think this call can still go.
Hello, yeah, good
Good to have you join us on the show today.
Yeah, good evening. You have Biodun on the line from Fagba.
Mr. Biodun from Fagba, you're welcome.
Yeah, well done. Yesterday, Mr. Olumoyiwa did some analysis, fantastic analysis, about the low turnout of voters during the election. That this government is about is not about majority that elected the government. Well, let me just try to. We need to consider some certain factors for the low turnout. And for the low numbers of accredited numbers that did the vote during the election, one of the reasons is this: there are some sections, let me say religious section in Nigeria who doesn't believe in voting, such as Jehovah's Witness. They will register. So we have numbers of registered voters registered. They will be among the list. They will register, but they are not going to participate in the election. One of the reasons. The second reason is that part of the section in Nigeria, we need to talk to ourselves. Like my rental brothers, majority of them did not believe the last election. That's one of the reasons the low turnout. Government need to work out on that one, and the essential duties such as journalists, police, they will deploy thousands of police for elections, and by the time you deduct all those numbers of essential workers from the registered voters or accredited this thing, you see that there is no way there will be low turnout. So government will just find a way to improve it. Is just find a way to consider all these people that I've just mentioned. Maybe in the nearest future, it can then the issue of Emefiele equally affect the last election. Go on.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, this time last year, it was a tale of preparing for an election without money, and one of the things that the last administration brought up was the fact that we're trying to curb vote buying. We're trying to mop up the currencies in circulation, that some of the politicians are already buying monies and stocking them at home just to buy votes during the election. Well, we're here again, and then we've completed another cycle. Just about a few days to the end of the year. Today's Friday. By this time Monday, one would come back. We would be singing a New Year song. We would be talking about the New Year resolutions. I was setting the templates, the short-term, solutions, the mid-term solutions, and the long-term plans for the government at every level, from the local government to the states, to the federal. What should we look out for in the year 2024? Well, by the 1st of January, Mr. President would certainly give a State of the Nation address, and then let's see what the expectations will be. Thank you so much for everyone that have found time to be on the show all through the year, to all of the guests that we've had, all of the topics that we've discussed, all of the calls, the messages, the banters, the social media feedbacks. We say thank you. Without you, this program would not continue to live. Without you, this station would not continue to thrive. And I want to specially invite you again next year. Let's do this. Let's get better. Let's do more innovative conversations on radio that will help this country to get better. We'll continue to talk, even though some people feel, they don't listen to you, the government don't care what you say on radio. Well, it's our responsibility to talk, to put the government into check, to also play our roles as the fourth estate of the realm, as the gatekeeper, to sieve the information that comes to you. Thank you once again. And of course, it's been an amazing time. Let me give the final call. Let me see who my last caller for the year would be. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
One of my best persons on radio. Welcome.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm very well. Compliment of the season. I'm my last caller for the year.
Thank you very much. This is my brother. Honestly, a lot of issues we have discussed this year. In fact, like from previous government to the Baba Tinubu era, a lot of issues. But the only thing is just that in all matters, in all issues discussed, our leaders have failed woefully in 2023. We are hoping that next year they will be able to step up. Economically, they have money. Security-wise, they have money. Honestly, and I believe with this rule of play too, I believe by next year they will be able to step up. The idea of like calm down, give all the time, we should roll it away. We should prepare that just when they want this country. Nigeria is a great country, and the whole world should know us to be great. In fact, enough of all these shenanigans, we have to move forward in the sense of it. Honestly, I'll be open for the next year. And as a matter of fact, you guys are the man of the year for me. You've really tried. You've done your best, honestly. And Sandra Omobalandi and in fact, they are the woman of the year to me. You guys have done very well. Honestly, I'm very proud. All of us are very happy to be the member of the family of Milan FM. You have done well.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. And you've also been a very huge believer in what we talk about on this station. And for everyone that are taking their time to join us in contributions, in corrections, in giving us way forward, we say thank you. Well, by Monday, God willing, God sparing our life, I wouldn't just be welcoming you to a new week. I'm going to be welcoming you into a new month, and I'm going to be welcoming you into a new year. A new year that will be filled with a lot of achievement for every one of us. Truth be told, 2023 was a tough year, irrespective of what cadre of the society you belong to. As somebody said, there's no longer middle class. That is either you're rich or you're poor. Well, thank you for helping us journey through the year in the Situation Room. We had Ballot 23. We had a lot of programs that covered the general elections. We had, IBK Decide 2022, Imo Bayelsa Kogi, and without you, all of those things would not come to reality. Let's do this again in 2024. I want to wish you a very big happy new year in advance, that by the time we're back on Monday, it's going to be a new song. Once again, keep your dial locked on Milan 98.3 FM. 31st of December into the 1st of January is just like 26th of June to the 27th of June. So stay safe, be moderate in your celebration, be security conscious. I'll see you next year. God spend our life. By 5:30, the full bulletin will come through, and by 6 o'clock, we'll have the last Friday edition for Sport Cruise for the year 2023. Join us then, but before now, stay out of trouble. And remember, when you see something, you say something. Have a very good evening. Enjoy the rest of the year. I'll see you in 2024. Bye for now.